సో పొద్దున నేర్చుకున్న లెక్చర్కి కంటిన్యూటీకి ఒక చిన్న ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ వర్జన్. దిస్ ఇస్ డిఫరెన్షియబిలిటీ, బట్ దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఎ న్యూ టాపిక్, ఎందుకంటే ఆల్రెడీ వీ హ్యావ్ డిస్కస్డ్ ఇన్ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్స్ what is meant by a slope of a line. So it is all the concept that is relevant to that topic. Kani in today's discussion we will completely devote our sort of the topic to the differentiability, and somewhat we can discuss in terms of the geometry as the tangent of a line at a point, right? That is nothing but the differentiability. Okay, now without any further go, so okay, I would like to briefly introduce about myself. My name is Satish. I have done my masters from IIT Palakkad and I have trained over 50,000 students. So yeah, today's topic is differentiability. First, ఈ టాపిక్ వచ్చేసి the whole topic is just relied on this one term called slope. Okay, ఒక చిన్న టాపిక్, ఇది ఏదైతే టాపిక్ ఆల్రెడీ మనం స్ట్రైట్ లైన్స్లో వీ హ్యావ్ స్టడీడ్ అబౌట్ దిస్ టాపిక్. The slope is nothing but rate of change, that is rise by run. Okay, so if you take any sort of a straight line, okay, and if you take any 2 points, what is the change that is occurring for every unit distance in x, change in x? What is the distance that has been raised in the direction of y? That is nothing but the rate of change. Okay, so you can just see this as change in y by change in x. So this is nothing but the slope of a line, right, or the slope of a line. So it is always denoted with, it is also denoted as m is equals to tan theta. So this is also called the slope, the other way to represent, because tan theta is nothing but opposite by adjacent. So change in y by change in x is nothing but the slope. But what is the relevance to the differentiation part? How it is related to the differentiation part? So that is interesting, much more interesting. So నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే, what do? I take some curve. Okay, I take some curve and I take a point at this curve. Okay, let's take this point A and I'll be taking some arbitrary point, that is A1. Okay, so this point A1 is like a variable. Okay, now if I try to join this A to A1, ikkad nunchi A nunchi A ki oka line join chesinappudu, this is acting like a secant. How it is acting? It is acting like a secant line. This is acting like a secant line, right? What is meant by tangent? Tangent ante enti? The line that is touching the curve at only one point is called the tangent, right? ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తా అంటే, what is the slope of this curve? So suppose let's take this as x1 comma y1 and this as x2 comma y2, right? What is the slope of the secant line? It is nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, right? This is the slope of the line. But is this line a tangent line? No, it is not called a tangent line. Okay, this is called a secant line. Now what do? Now I slowly get this point A1, like I'll just get this point to again A2, again I'll get this point to A3. Now slowly what do? I try to join all these points and I slowly join all these points, and as you could see, this secant line is I'm changing the second point. ఈ సెకండ్ పాయింట్ చేంజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే స్లోలీ దిస్ సీకెంట్ లైన్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ అప్రాక్సిమేటెడ్ టు ఎ టాంజెంట్ లైన్. ఓవర్ ఎ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైం ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ కానీ నేను రెడ్యూస్ చేస్తూ పోతుంటే, సో యాజ్ ఐఎమ్ రెడ్యూసింగ్ దిస్ డిస్టెన్స్, స్లోలీ దిస్ సీకెంట్ అపియర్స్ టు బి టాంజెంట్. దట్ మీన్స్ లెట్స్ ట్రై టు టాక్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎ లిమిట్. వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు సే. సో ఒక లిమిట్, ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ వచ్చేసి, సో ఇఫ్ యూ సీ హియర్, సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఎ కర్వ్ లైక్ దిస్, okay, so ikkada chudandi, if I take a point, this is A, and suppose if I take this point as A plus H, okay, A plus H. Now what is the slope of this line? So let's take this curve to be f of x. Let's take this curve to be f of x. So what will be this point? This is nothing but f of A, and this point will be f of A plus H, right? So this I can write it as A plus H comma f of A plus H. Okay, this I can write it as A comma f of A, A comma f of A. So this is the two things which I have learned, which I have said you. Ippudu what do is, what is the slope of this line? This is nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That is f of A plus H minus f of A by A plus H minus A. Okay, so now I can cancel A. So I am left out with f of A plus H minus f of A by H, right? Kani, what is this parameter called? This is the slope of the line. Like if you take this as point A and point B, this is the slope of line. Okay, this is just a slope of a line, right? This is just a slope of a line. But is this called the tangent? Is this called the is this called the slope of the tangent? No, it is not called the slope of the tangent. But what do I do in order to say that tangent and ante at only and only one point, that you can make a line that it exactly touches at only one point? But if I try to reduce this distance, what is this distance? This distance is totally h. Now if I try to slowly reduce this distance, this secant will, over a period of time, the secant line will be approximated to a tangent line. So what do I do? I'll just tend this h to 0. That time what will happen? The slope of this secant line would be approximated to a tangent line. So this will become a tangent. Okay, so in a way I can say that limit h tends to 0, a secant line will be approximated to a tangent line. So ekkadi nunchi mana discussion modalaindi. The discussion has started right from the slope of the tangent, and then we converted our discussion to the slope of a secant to the slope of the tangent. This is how we get the slope of a tangent, right? Kani how inka identi differentiability ante enti? So for that clear cut definition we are going to see here. So chudandi, if a curve has no breakpoints and no sharp edges, then it is said to be differentiable function. For example, prati oka curve ki any points unnai? How many points are there on a curve? There are infinite points, right? So at each and every point you can draw a tangent, right? In a way, a tangent is nothing but it is showing the path of the curve. It is showing the path of the curve, right? So that is nothing but the tangent to the curve at a point, right? So differentiability anedi em chestundi ante, so if you take any curve, okay, and if you try to draw the tangents at all the closer neighborhood of these points, from the left neighborhood as well as the right neighborhood, when can you say a function is differentiable at this particular point? Is when it is left hand differentiable as well as right hand differentiable. In order to understand much more clearly, let's try to analyze it by using a non-example. Okay, let's try to have a discussion on a non-example. So ikkada chudandi, this is a y is equals to mod x curve. Okay, ee curve lo if you see here, there is a v notch at this point. Ikkada chudandi, what is the angle of inclination? This is 45 degree. But what is the angle of inclination over here? That is completely 135 degree. Okay, so what is the slope of the point when you are taking from the left hand side? It is 45 degree. But if you are taking the slope from the left hand side, that will be -1. Here the slope is +1. Here the slope is -1. So this curve is not differentiable at x equals to 0. This is one of the example that you can actually understand differentiability with much more clear sense and perception, right? So this is what the definition is. So ikkada chudandi, indaka manam nerchukunna just definition same ade definition he is trying to rewrite. Instead of taking a minus, I have just done in another way, that is limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. ఇదే ఇందాక ఫార్ములాలో వాడాను, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. సిమిలర్గా దిస్ ఇస్ ద లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ డిఫరెన్షియబుల్, సారీ దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ ది రైట్ హ్యాండ్ డిఫరెన్షియబుల్. అంటే ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు, ఈ ఫార్ములా కూడా యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టు ఈవెన్ రిమెంబర్. ఒక కర్వ్ తీసుకోండి, ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ అ పాయింట్ ఏ, ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ సమ్ పాయింట్ ఏ అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ సమ్ పాయింట్ ఏ ప్లస్ హెచ్. Okay, so what will be this line? F of a, and what will be this point? This will be something like f of a plus h. Okay, so ippudu ee line oka slope ela find out chestaru? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So f of a plus h minus f of a by x2 minus x1, a plus h minus a. So that will be again the same thing. సిమిలర్గా ఒకవేళ లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ డిఫరెన్షియబిలిటీ కనుక్కోవాలనుకుంటే యూ జస్ట్ టేక్ ఎ పాయింట్ దట్ ఈస్ a minus h. సో దట్ విల్ బి f of a minus f of a minus h by again a minus h. So that will be equals to 0. So this is how you find the left hand differentiability and right hand differentiability. ఒకవేళ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ నుంచి కర్వ్స్ టాంజెంట్స్ డ్రా చేసుకుంటూ వచ్చినప్పుడు from the right hand also when you are trying to draw the tangents, if both the slope of the tangents from the both left hand side and right hand side, if it is equal, that means are they getting approximated, that is nothing but the left hand then we can say that the curve is differentiable at this particular point. Okay, so this is nothing but the differentiability of a point on a curve, right? Kani what does differentiability much more, like what does it say in terms of, okay, tangent gani, a complete discussion gani, we had complete things, slope, gradient and tangent at a one point, secant, so we have used several terms. Kani ultimate ga what is it saying out of all this sense? How does it make sense to talk this sort of a topic? Enduk maatladukovali another point, right? So if you would have seen, like already meek physics lo already నేర్చేసుకొని ఉంటారు. For example, the rate of change of distance with respect to time, that is nothing but the velocity or speed, right? So change in distance by change in time. Similarly, acceleration ante change in velocity by with respect to time is nothing but acceleration. So where you see the change, so that includes that how smooth the curve is, right? తర్వాత క్లాసెస్ లో we also discussed the double derivative అంటే rate of change of tangent. Okay, the rate of change of tangent. So appudu we can discuss much more clear concepts like concave up, concave down, the point of inflection, alanti points inka discuss cheyochu. But as of now we will just confine our discussion entante, if you can satisfy this final condition, that is limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h, if it is equals to limit h tends to 0 f of a minus f of a minus h by a. ఒకవేళ ఈ కండిషన్ మటుకు సాటిస్ఫై అయితే then you can say that it is differentiable at point A. Okay, so this is another way that you can replicate this formula. So this is how you can say that the at a point on a curve a function is differentiable when if and only if it satisfies this condition. Just like this is called the left hand differentiability condition, this is called the right hand differentiability condition. So idokkati ardham aithe we are done. Okay, so we are good to go, right? So okay, so let's get on to the problem. The function inkoka condition, just one more note point, I would like to just say one more note point ikkada. So if a function is continuous, is it necessary that it has to be differentiable? Oka function continuous ayindante, is it necessary that it has to be even differentiable? That is not the case. That is what the clear example of modulus function is. So at modulus function y is equals to mod x, ee function ki clearly this function is continuous but it is not differentiable, right? So that is the necessity condition. So differentiable kadaniki necessary condition enti continuity. But what would be the converse case? If a function is differentiable, am I eligible to say that is it continuous? Yes, the answer is yes. So every differentiable function implies continuous. Okay, is continuous, but this is not necessary. Continuous function differentiable kavalane rule ekkada ledu. Okay, so this is what the statement is. So what is the ultimate note point is, every continuous function need not be differentiable, but every differentiable function is definitely a continuous function. Okay, right. Okay, now let's see the further question. F of x equals to mod x minus 24 is differentiable at 0,25. So he has said something. అసలు వీటి గురించి మనం ఏ డిస్కషన్ పెట్టిన అవసరం లేదు, డైరెక్ట్గా mod x ఇప్పుడే చెప్పాను, ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎ డిఫరెన్షియబుల్ ఫంక్షన్ at x equals to 0. But how does this mod x minus 24 looks like? At x equals to 24, it will have this v naught. Okay, now ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫంక్షన్ చూడండి, from 0 to 25, from 0 to 25, between these 2 points it is differentiable, it is not differentiable at only x equals to 24. Okay, so first చూడండి, differentiable at from 0 to 25 ఇది తప్పు, not continuous at x equals to 24, no, it is continuous at x equals to 24, this is also wrong. Neither continuous nor differentiable on 0,25, so that is also wrong. Continuous on 0,25 but not differentiable on 0,25 because it is just, you know, only because of this one point at x equals to 24 it is not differentiable. Okay, so this is the first answer. Right, see the next question. F of x is defined by f of x equals to x for 0 less than x less than 1 and 2 minus x for x greater than or equal to 1. Then at x equals to 1 f of x is, okay, so at x equals to 1, so x equals to 1 దగ్గర 1 substitute చేయండి, ఇక్కడ 1 substitute చేస్తే ఏమైపోతుంది, 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, so it is continuous because it is left hand continuous as well as the right hand continuous. So ఎక్కడెక్కడైతే discontinuous ఉందన్నాడో ఆ ఆప్షన్ తప్పు. So this is discontinuous, so we are just crossing out option C and option D. We have two more options. Option A, okay, first ఏమంటున్నాడంటే is it differentiable or not? Okay, please highlight this star mark trick. Okay, ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే just see here, differentiability వచ్చినప్పుడు and polynomials ఉన్నప్పుడు, and when you have the split function, you don't check left hand differentiability, limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h, limit h tends to 0 f of a minus f of, it takes almost half an hour to completely decide whether the function is differentiable or not. Ante definitely if the situation is demanding, then we don't have any other thing, but unless and until that is the last thing that you should touch. Okay, దానికంటే ముందు మీరు ఏం చేయండి అంటే, this is very important trick. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయండి అంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా what is the differentiation of x, so ఇలా రాయండి split function ని, f dash of x equals to what is differentiation of x, 1, what is differentiation of 2 minus x which is minus 1. Hence here if you see I am differentiating the whole split function separately. ఇప్పుడు నాకు వచ్చిన ఆన్సర్ ఏంటి, ఇక్కడ 1 ఇంకా minus 1. For x less than 1 నాకు ఈ ఆన్సర్ వచ్చింది, for x greater than or equal to 1 I got this answer. So if you see these two values are not same, hence I can say it is not differentiable. So the answer is it is not differentiable. Okay, so the option B is right. This trick is very important, like actually in terms of board exam మీరు రాస్తే it takes at least like 15 minutes to just devote to this problem, but just by using this one you can just solve. ఇలాంటివి చాలా questions ఉన్నాయి. See here, f of x is differentiable, then f of 2 equals to, okay, చూడండి f of 2 అడుగుతున్నాడు, the value of x greater than 1, then it will take this function. So f of 2 equals to 4a plus 2b. So this is the value we have, 4a plus 2b. కానీ మనకి a ఇంకా b వాల్యూ రెండు తెలియదు, కానీ when if he is saying that a function is differentiable, then I am eligible to say that this is a continuous function, right? This is a continuous function. So I can say 2 plus 3, 5 is equals to, so this will also be equal to a plus b. So this is also equals to a plus b. Okay, this is equals to a plus b. So a plus b is equals to 5. Now then afterwards we have, as is saying it is a differentiable function, so again you try to derive this. So ఇక్కడ ఏమైపోతుంది, differentiation of 2x is 2, differentiation of ax square plus bx is 2ax plus b, 2ax plus b for values of x less than or equal to 1, for values of x greater than 1. So I can say now 2 is equals to 2a plus into 1 plus b. So I can say that 2a plus b is equals to 2. Okay, just preserve this, 2a plus b equals to 2, but we have f of 2 value to be 4a plus 2b. So 4a plus 2b I can write it as 2 times of 2a plus b. So this I can write it as 2 times of 2a plus b, but I already have the value of 2a plus b as 2, so 2 into 2 is answer is 4, option is B. Okay, simple condition, if you don't even have to use this condition, right? Simple ga derive cheyandi, equate it and then finally get the answer, right? So this is the third question. Next, the interval 0,3, the function mod x minus 1 plus mod x minus 2 is, okay, first let's try to let's try to graph this function, ela untundi function anedi. So if you try to graph, let's see, f of x equals to mod x minus 1 plus mod x minus 2, so this will be equals to f of x equals to, for x, so ఇక్కడ 2 breaking points ఉన్నాయి, ఒకటేమో x ఒకటేమో 2. So for the values of x less than 1, 1 less than x less than 2, and for the values of x greater than 2, x less than 1 ఉన్నప్పుడు this will become minus of x minus 1, so minus of x minus 1 plus x minus 2, so this will become minus x plus 1, so minus x plus 1 plus x minus 2. So you can cancel minus x plus x. So 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Okay. So again you see here, this will become minus x minus 1, minus x plus 1, and here it will again be plus x minus 2. Okay. So this will become minus, so 1 minus 2, that will be equal to minus 1. So this will become, when x is less than 1, it will become minus 1. Okay, it will become minus 1. Similarly, when x is greater than 1, so this will become x plus 1. I am just trying to write here, x plus 1 plus minus x minus 2. So this will become x plus 1 minus x plus 2. So x and minus x gets cancelled. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, so this will be equals to 3. So similarly, when x is greater than 2, okay, when x is greater than 2, that will be x minus 1 plus x minus 2. Okay, x minus 1 plus x minus 2. So this will become 2x minus 3. This will become 2x minus 3. So this will become 2x minus 3. So graph ఎలా ఉంటుంది, overall గా graph చూస్తే ఎలా ఉంటుంది, for values of x less than 1, so this will become, the graph will be the values of x less than 1. So ఇక్కడ 1 ఉన్నప్పుడు, so it will be negative 1. So here it is, from values of x between 1 and 2, okay, between 1 and 2, so it is taking the value that is equals to x minus 1 sorry, just a small mistake, ikkada oka small mistake. Okay, so this will become x minus 1 okay, x minus 1, what happened to this one? Okay, x minus 1 minus x minus 2. So this will become x minus 1 minus x plus 2. So this will become 2 minus 1, which is equals to 1. Okay, so here it becomes plus 1. Okay, here it will become plus 1. So this will become plus 1. So from 1 to 2 it will become plus 1, and from values of x greater than 2, so it will become something like 2x minus 3. Okay, 2x minus 3. So that will become 4 minus 3, 1. So it will be something, graph will be like this. Okay, so overall the graph looks like this. Okay, x minus 1 minus x plus 1 and x minus 2. So that will be minus, okay, okay, yeah, for values of x less than 2, here also I have done one more mistake. So x minus 1 minus x plus 1 minus x plus 2 minus x plus 2. So this will become minus 2x plus 3. Okay, minus 2x plus 3. So minus 2x plus 3. So that will be this value, minus 2x plus 3. Okay, so ultimately the graph looks like this. Okay, the graph looks like this. So this is the final graph that I have. Okay, so I have, right. So if you see here the whole thing, and if you now compare it, is it discontinuous? No, it is continuous function. Now is it differentiable? No, endukante ikkada varaku chudandi, it has the slope to be equal to 0, but immediately at this there is a completely V notch. So here if you see, the angle is 45. So as you are approaching from the left hand side, this point is a point of differentiability, like it's not differentiable. So eppudaina gaani when you are having a sharp edges on a curve, then you can say it is non-differentiable function at that point. Okay, similar ga ekkadekadaithe points akkada ante ila sharp edges unnayo, then you can say it is a point of non-differentiability. So now you can say it is continuous but not differentiable at x equals to 2 only. Kaadu, we have like that 2 points. Okay, that is x equals to 1 and x equals to 2. Clearly kadurandi, at x equals to 1 we have, x equals to 2 we have. So at 2 points we have the point of non-differentiability. Okay, so this is the option D is the right answer. Right, next question. See the next question. If f of x equals to 3x power 15 minus 5x power 10 plus 7x power 5 plus 50 cos x minus 1 It's a lengthy equation, but still you can solve it very quickly. What is the thing that you can take common in the both here? So you can take h common. So f of 1 minus h minus f of 1 by h into, we have 1 by, if you take h common, the left out is h square plus 3. You have h square plus 3. So limit h tends to 0. Now what is f of 1 minus h minus f of 1 by h? E oka formula chuste, don't you think it is just looking like the derivative formula, right? So this is nothing but f dash of 1. Can you just think like that, right? Ide kada nenu indak cheppina differentiability formula, f dash of 1. And what is this? Again you apply limit h tends to 0. Okay, limit h tends to 0. Now f dash of 1, if you apply 0, this will become 0 plus 3, that will be 3. So f dash of 1 by 3, f dash of 1 by 3. Now you differentiate this, this will become 3x power 15, this will become 3 into 15, 45. 45 x power 14, that will be again 45 only, because it is the value of f of 1, f dash of 1. So 45, and so you can just rastunanu, what is f dash of x? That is 45 x to the power 14 minus 50 x to the power 9 plus 35 x to the power 4 plus, this will become not plus, in fact minus 50 sin x minus 1. So ippudu 1 substitute cheyandi, 45 minus 50 plus 35 minus 50. Okay, then 1 minus 1, it will become equal to 0. So 45 plus 35, that will be 80. So 45 plus 35, okay, wait, 45 minus 50, and this will become 7 5s are 35, and 50 sin x minus 1. So this will become 80 minus 50, that will be equals to 30. Okay, so let me again recheck my answer once again. 30 and here 30 by 3, yeah, so this will become 3 by 30 by 3, which is equals to 10. The option is option D. Okay, again I am saying you this thing, ikkada em cheyandi h common iskondi, h common iskunte we have h square plus 3, and then if you see this sort of a partition in the whole problem, this is nothing but this is just an equal to f dash of 1, right? So f dash of 1 and apply limit equals to 0, that will be 0 plus 3 is 3. So f dash of 1 by 3. What is f dash of 1? I got the answer to be 30. So 30 by 3 is option 10. Okay, see the next one. If the function f of x equals to e power kx minus 1 into sin kx by 4 tan x, and this is p for x equals to 0, what is the value of p and what is the value of f dash of 0? Okay, two conditions are there, so we need to find the two conditions. Okay, first we need to find the value of p. Okay, p oka value ela find out chestaru. So let's first try to take this e power kx minus 1 into sin kx by 4 tan x, right? So ఇది మనకున్న value. ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూడండి, how do we find limit x tends to 0? He is saying it is differentiable. Okay, ikkada just understand this. He is saying this is differentiable. This also implies that it is also continuous, right? It is continuous. Now see here, limit x tends to 0, we can use the limits formula. Em cheyochu, ikkada I just want one more x here, I want one more x here, and I want even x for this. So I need x and x here. So I'm just trying to multiply and divide by x square. Also if you observe here, there is k over here, there is k over here. I also want to multiply k square. So I'm multiplying and dividing x square k square in both numerator and denominator, and let's try to see what exactly is happening over here. Okay, sin kx by tan x. So ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, e power kx minus 1 by x square. So I'm just using 1 kx over here, right? Now similar ga ikkada kuda sin kx by kx, okay, by malli mottanga em chestanu x square k square. So I just want one more x for this in order to use limit x tends to 0 tan x by x. So I will just keep this k square here itself, and I'll just shift I'll keep one more x here and I'm completely shifting one more x to the denominator. Okay, so ikkadunna oka x I have just shifted here and remaining term I just kept it aside. Now I'll try to apply the limit. Limit x tends to 0. So limit x tends to 0 అయినప్పుడు ఈ మొత్తం క్వాంటిటీ ఎంత 1, ఈ మొత్తం క్వాంటిటీ this is also 1, this is also equal to 1, but here if you try to substitute 0 into square, the whole thing will be equal to 0. Hence, as it is a differentiable function and hence it should be continuous, hence the value of p should be equal to 0. Hence, option C and option D are wrong, right? So we are, because option P ikkada k annadu, ikkada kuda k annadu, but it is equal to 0, right? So that is the first thing. Now, how do we find f dash of 0? Okay, ikkada you should definitely use the process of differentiability condition, that is limit h tends to 0. Okay, ikkada I'm just erasing this. So just rayandi meekunna differentiability condition enti, limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h, so limit h tends to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 by h. So ikkada em rayachu final ga you will have 0 e power k, e to the power k 0 plus h, so e power kh minus 1, so just the same thing, so e power kh into sin kh by 4 tan h and f of 0 is value is p, the p value is already equal to 0, so hence this will also be equals to 0 by h, so this will be equals to h, right? So limit h tends to 0. So this is nothing but f dash of 0 formula. So ikkada em cheyochu manam complete ga you can just multiply and divide by h square in both numerator and denominator. Already there is one more h, I'm just multiplying here one h and one more h, like so this becomes e power kh by e power kh minus 1, in fact, so e power kh minus 1 by h, so I have that first thing, and sin kh by h into we have h by tan h, and we have completely here same question play కావట్లేదా
అదే క్వశ్చన్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయండి.
ఇది మొత్తమా
జస్ట్ 6 క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 6 ఆన్ అవ్వట్లే. ఆన్ చేయకుండా ఏం చేస్తుంటున్నావు?
ఆన్ చేస్తున్నా సార్,
ఇది ఆన్ లేదు, నేను వచ్చి చూసాను కదా.
ఇట్స్ ఆల్సో నాట్ ఆన్ ఆర్
బ్యాటరీ డెడ్. హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ అయింది క్లాస్.
హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్
సర్లే, నాటి కట్ చేద్దాం. ఎన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ 5 క్వశ్చన్స్ సాల్వ్ చేశారు కదా.
ఇప్పుడు డిలీట్ చేసేయాలి
సెషన్ డిలీట్ చేసేసారా?
చేసాను.
బ్యాటరీ డెడ్ అయింది కదా
సార్.
మర్చిపోయినా
సార్ చెప్పండి, తీసేద్దాం. ఓకే పర్లేదా?
ఇక్కడ స్టాప్ స్ట్రీమ్ ల్యాప్టాప్లో స్టాప్ స్ట్రీమ్.
ఓకే, హలో. ఓకే సో ఇక్కడ మనకు వచ్చిన క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే f of x equals to e power kx minus 1 into sin kx 4 tan x, and he's saying the other partition is equals to p. So you need to find the value of p, as well as he's demanding us to ask for what is f dash of 0. So quick go చూడండి, ఈ value he's saying it is already differentiable, so hence it needs to be continuous. So in order to say that the function is continuous, so definitely the limit should be existing, the left hand limit and the right hand limit should be existing, and it should be this. So limit x tends to 0, whatever the f of x value is there, it should be equal to p. So limit x tends to 0, so you have the value to be e power kx minus 1 sine kx by 4 tan x. So here if you see, in order to just capitalize the formula, we need to use one x over here. So we need one x for this. Sine kx by x, we need one more x over here. We need one more x for the tan also. So this will become e power kx minus 1 by x into sine x by x. So I used 2x, so I'm just multiplying the x square, but I have even tan x in the denominator. So just in order to compensate this, I'm taking one of the x, so again in the denominator. So what do I do again? I'm rewriting this as, instead of keeping this one x over here, again I'm keeping here one more x. So I'm just dividing x and again dividing x. So x square. So now if you try to use the formula, this complete value will be equals to 1, this complete value will be equals to 1, this complete value will be equals to 1, but limit x tends to 0, this value will be equals to 0. By the way, you need to multiply even k and k, so this will become k square. Okay, so sine kx, this is sine kx. Okay, so this will become k square into 0, this total value will be equals to 0. This total value will be equals to 0. So this is how we got the first one, the value of p is equals to 0. So option C and option D is wrong. Now if you see remaining two options, we need to find even f dash of 0. Now from whatever the differentiability condition we have, limit h tends to 0. So I'm just removing all this thing. So we have limit h tends to 0. What is differentiability condition? F of a plus h minus f of a by h. But what is this a over here? He's asking at f dash of 0, limit h tends to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 by h. So we have the same thing you will be writing in terms of h. So e power kh minus 1 into sine kh, okay, by tan h, okay, tan h. But we have one more h over here, so I'm just writing tan h. Now you see, I just need one more h and one more k over here, so that like I can use the formula. So what am I doing? I'm just multiplying h and h over here, and now let's see what is going to happen. And I'm just going to multiply here, I'm just going to multiply here k, and here also I'm going to multiply k. I'm just keeping this k square over here. So this will become k square times, k square is a constant. Now I can apply limit h tends to 0 for the complete thing. So this complete thing will be e power kh minus 1 by kh. This will be equal to 1 sine kh by kh, this value. So I'm just writing one more step, sine kh by kh into h by tan h. Okay, so this complete value will also be equals to 1, and h by tan h, this value will also be equals to 1. So this will be just k square into 1. So this answer is k square. So f dash of 0 is how much? K square. Okay, f dash of 0 is nothing but k square, but here we have 4 also. So I just missed out this 4 value here. So this will be 4. So the answer will be k square by 4. Okay, the answer will be k square by 4. Here also there is 4, but it doesn't matter, 0 by anything is again 0. So we have here k square by 4 and p of 0 is f dash of 0. So this is the answer. Next, 8 by x cube minus 6x, 0 less than x less than or equal to 2. So he's saying it's a real valued function, then at x equals to 1, f is, okay, he's asking what is f is it continuous, is it differentiable? Let's try to see. Now in order to say that x equals to 1, it is continuous. Okay, further we promote our discussion to differentiability. Let's have a debate about what is exactly is at x equals to 1, is it continuous or not. So let's see 8 by 1 minus 6. So 8 by 1 minus 6. So this value is equals to 2, right? But if you try to substitute here 1 minus 1 is 0, and root 1 minus 1 is again you have 0 by 0. Use the L'Hospital here. So this will be 1 by, what will be differentiation of root x? That will be 1 by 2 root x, and that will be minus 1. So this will become 2 root x, and again substitute the value 1, so the answer will be 2. Yes. Now just by using this we can say that here the left hand limit is equals to 2 and the right hand limit is also equals to 2, hence I can say it is a continuous function. Now let's have a discussion on whether the function is differentiable or not. Okay, whether the function is differentiable or not. Now in order to say that the function is differentiable, meer em chestaru ikkada, again what you do, like you try to again differentiate this. So 8, let's differentiate f of x equals to 8 by x cube minus 6x, 8 by x cube minus 6x. So this will be, what will be differentiation of x cube? X to the power minus 3, and differentiation of that will be, so I can just write it as 8 x to the power minus 3 minus 6x. So this will become minus 24 x to the power minus 4 minus 6. So now if I just try to substitute this, this is nothing but f dash of x. What will be f dash of 1? So that will be minus 24 minus 6, which is equals to minus 30. Minus 24 minus 6 is minus 30. So this is f dash of 1 I got. Similarly, how can I differentiate this? If I try to differentiate, now this is again u by v rule, and it takes almost 2 pages to complete this problem, right, by using u by v rule. So that is the reason we will be using limit h tends to 0, limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h, 0 plus h, so that you can use f of a plus h, so h minus 1 by root h minus 1 minus f of 0. So f of 0, f of 1, I mean f of 1, what is f of 1 value? We have 8 minus 6, that is 2. Okay, so this value is by 2 by h. Okay, so this is just coming from this one. Okay, limit h tends to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 by h. Akkadi nunchi vastundi. So this will be, so this will be ultimately be h minus 1 minus 2 root h minus 1 by h into root h minus 1. Okay, so this will become h minus 1 minus 2 root h plus 2, okay, by h into root h minus 1. Okay, h minus 2 root h, this will become minus root h, and minus 1 plus 2, that will become plus 1. So this will become ultimately minus root h, and this will become plus 1 by h into root h minus 1, h into root h minus 1. So if I try to cancel it out, so this will become limit h tends to 0. I can cancel both numerator and denominator, but here I am left out with this h, so this will tend towards infinity, hence it is not differentiable. Okay, so if you try to just substitute here, I can just cancel out this thing and this thing, but limit h tends to 0, limit h tends to 0, so that will become sorry, just a second. Okay, so now let's try to see this case now, right now. So this will become limit h tends to 0, limit h tends to 0, h 2 minus 1 is how much? 1. So h plus 1 minus 2 root h, minus 2 root h by h into root h minus 1, h into root h minus 1. Okay, h into root h minus 1. Now if you try to just multiply root h minus 1 and root h minus 1, and you can take something in common, and please see here 1 plus root h into root h minus 2 by h into root h minus 1. Ikkada పూర్తిగా root h minus 1, you just multiply in both numerator and denominator and then find this limit value. Okay, so the next question is, if f of x is differentiable function and f dash of x is greater than or equal to 5, f of 2 equals to 4 and f of 3 is equals to 15. Okay, there is one theorem that I actually need to discuss, is Rolle's theorem and Lagrange mean value theorem. So I'll be discussing it in the next class, but as of now, just for the sake of importance of this theorem in this problem, ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ ఒక కర్వ్ తీసుకుంటే So and you have, it's a continuous curve, okay, on an interval a comma b, and if you see that if I try to join these 2 points by some line and this curve is continuous, can you find the slope of this line? A comma f of a, b comma f of b, right? B comma f of b. So the prerequisite condition is the function should be continuous, it should be differentiable. And now if you take some point and just try to draw a parallel line, so this will be this fc, this f dash of c is equals to f of b minus f of a by b minus a, f of b minus f of a by b minus a. So now if you see here, f dash of x is nothing but, if you see what is f of b minus f of a, he is asking what is f of 6 value, okay. So that is nothing but f of 6 is nothing but, f dash of 6 is nothing but, what is f of b? F of b is nothing but, you can take b, so this you can take it as a and this as b. So f of 3 minus f of 2 by 3 minus 2, which is 1. So 15 minus 4, that is equals to 11. So f dash of 6 is greater than or equal to 11, and the only possible case is it is equals to 24, okay. Next f of x equals to 4, x square minus 1, 4. If k is the number of the points, f of x is not differentiable at, then k minus 2. K is the number of points where it is not differentiable. K is the number of points where it is not differentiable. So ikkada chudandi okkasari, let's try to see here. What do? You just try to differentiate the whole split function f dash of x. Differentiation of a constant is 0, and this will be equal to 2x, and this will be again equal to 0. And when you substitute at x equals to minus root 5, here the value is equals to 0, but at x equals to minus root 5, this will be equal to 4. So here you can see there is some jump in the function, okay, from here to here. Hence it will act like, in terms of function, there is a huge v notch, right? So because of which there is a jump in this angle also. Hence I can say here to here there is one angle, and here to here. So at x equals to minus root 5, at x equals to root 5, there are two values at which this function fails to be differentiable. Hence I can say the value of k is equals to 2, and 2 minus 2 is equals to 0. Hence option C is right. Next. See the next question, the number of points of discontinuity. So if alpha is the number of points of discontinuity, let's see quickly how can we find the discontinuity. 3 minus of minus 3, that will be equals to 6. So x equals to minus 3 is also continuous, and when you substitute 3 plus 3 is also again 6, hence it is continuous. So number of points at which it is discontinuous is equal to 0. So the alpha value is equals to how much? 0. And what about the beta value? Beta is nothing but number of points at which it fails to be differentiable. So let's take the differentiability of the first point, that is at 3 minus x. How can you differentiate this? F dash of x is equals to 3 minus x, that is equals to minus 1, and if you take the differentiation of this is equals to 0, and again if you try to take this is equals to 1. But so again it fails to be discontinuous at x equals to minus 3 and x equals to 3. So there are 2 points at which these 2 points are not differentiable. Hence you can say that the total of the beta value is equals to 2. So 2 plus 0 plus 2, the answer is 2. Hence it is option C. Next, define f of x equals to x square plus bx plus c. If f of x is differentiable at x equals to 1, then b minus c equals to. So he is saying already the function is differentiable. That means we are eligible to say it is even continuous. So just try to substitute the value. 1 plus b plus c is equals to 1. So b plus c is equals to 0. So that is what the first value is. And the next one is, hence as we are saying that it is differentiable, so just try to differentiate this function. F dash of x equals to and 2x plus b, and this will be equals to 1. So now I can say that 2x plus b, so as he is saying it is differentiable, so 2 plus b, so just substitute the value of 1. 2 plus b is equals to 1, b is equals to 1 minus 2, which is minus 1. So you have b value to be minus 1 plus c equals to 0. The value of c is equals to 1. So from here I got the value of c to be 1. Okay. Now he is asking b minus c. So value of b is minus 1, the value of C is 1. So minus 1 minus 1, the answer is minus 2. Okay. So here is the, I think it might be the last question. So f of x equals to ax square plus bx minus 13 by 8. He's saying it is differentiable. So as he's saying differentiable, let's try to take the split function of the whole thing. So this will become, I'm just trying to directly write here, 2ax plus b, and this will be equal to 3, and this will be equals to, if you try to differentiate, this will be equals to 3bx square. Okay. Now as he's saying it is differentiable already, so 2a, so at x equals to 1, 2a plus b equals to 3, that is what the condition it should satisfy. 2a plus b equals to 3, because when you substitute 1 it should be equal to 3, and then again here also at x equals to 2, so this is already equal to 3, so this 3 should also be equal to, substitute here 3b into 2 square, that will be 12, 3 into 4 is 12. So 12b is equals to 3, so the value of b is equals to 3 by 12, which will be equals to 1 by 4. So the value of b I got to be 1 by 4, and value of 2a plus b, so 2a plus b is 1 by 4, 3 minus 1 by 4, so that will be equals to 3 4s are 12, 12 minus 1 11, 11 by, I got 11 by 8. Okay, I got 11 by 8. So what is the value of a minus b? So 11 by 8 minus, what is the value of b? That is 1 by 4. So this will be equals to 9 by, you just take the LCM, this will be equals to 11 minus 2, that will be equal to 9 by 8. So the answer is 9 by 8. So this is the value of a minus b. Okay. So so this is one question where I want you people to try this question, and here I would like to just leave out this question with a hint. Just use this limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h minus f of a by h is equals to limit h tends to 0, use that f of a minus f of a minus h is equals to limit h tends to 0, f of a minus f of a minus h by h. So equate these two inequalities and try to find out what is the values, okay, at this, okay. But yeah, so this is one question I am just leaving out to you. So thank you so much. We would like to end this session. Please try to download our app on Sysya Play Store, and here is so much of content is there right now we are working on, and for all the grades from 1 to 10, all the lectures are available right now. So please go through this app, please share it to your community and to your people around, and also please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Again tomorrow we will be meeting at 11:30 with the session of derivatives, consequently with the chemistry lecture. Yeah, thank you so much.